Pressure relief for spinal cord injuries. Always perform pressure relief every 15 to 30 minutes when sitting in your wheelchair. Sitting in one position for too long may cause you to get a pressure sore on your skin. I bet you're wondering, so what is pressure relief and why is it important for my injury? Well, this video will explain everything you need to know. But first, in order to answer this question, we need to start at the basics and ask, what are pressure sores? Who gets them and why? How do I know if I have a pressure sore? If I get one, how can I treat it? Or if I don't have one, how can I prevent these sores from occurring? What are pressure sores? Pressure sores are areas of the skin that are damaged from sitting down or lying in a position too long. When you stay in the same position for a long period of time, the amount of blood flowing to that area decreases and is not able to keep your skin alive. When the skin begins to die, a sore will appear. As it appears, it can be red, blue, or purple in color. Early stages of a pressure sore may begin to burn, itch, and may feel warm to the touch. This is an example of a pressure sore in its early stages. Who gets pressure sores and why? Pressure sores often occur in people who have had a spinal cord injury. This is due to the loss of feeling or sensation to different parts of the body. In a person who does not have any type of injury, it is easy to recognize when you begin to get uncomfortable from sitting in the same position too long. They may begin to lean over to the side or move around in their chair until the body is comfortable again. In people with spinal cord injuries, it is hard to tell when your body is getting uncomfortable because the injury stops the feeling from reaching your brain to understand and recognize the sensation. These pressure sores can occur in some areas of the body more often than others. Common areas include shoulder blades, elbows, your bottom, knees, ankles, and even between your toes. Make sure to check these common areas on a daily basis. You should always test for pressure sores, especially in these common areas. Testing should be done at least one time each day. This is done using the Blanch test. First, you want to take one finger and press down on the area of skin you may be concerned about. Once you press down, the area should begin to turn white. Let go of the area by lifting your finger off of the skin. If the skin turns back to a red color, there is no pressure sore forming. If the area remains white, the skin has become damaged and is beginning to die. Consult your doctor if this occurs. I'm sure you're wondering, what should I do if I get a pressure sore? Well, if you see a pressure sore starting, call your doctor immediately. The earlier you can contact your doctor to get directions on how to take care of the sore, the quicker the healing process will begin. After getting directions from your doctor, relieve pressure from the area immediately. Do not sit or put pressure on the sore while it is healing. This can be done by using pillows or cushions. If you're laying on your back, a pillow can be placed underneath your head as well as underneath the lower part of your legs. This will help to lift your shoulder blades, knees, and ankles. If you want to lay on your side, place a pillow long ways between your knees. Have a pillow beside you to rest your arm around. This will help to relieve pressure from your ankles, knees, and elbow. For comfort, a pillow can also be placed behind your back. Make sure to keep the area cleaned using the directions given to you by your doctor. These directions will vary depending on how bad the sore currently is. Pressure sores should always want to be covered using a gauze pad or another type of bandage recommended by your doctor. These should be changed each time you clean the sore. Finally, ask your doctor about the current foods you are eating. Maintaining a healthy diet is important during the healing process of a pressure sore. So, what should you expect if you get a pressure sore? If a pressure sore appears, it is important to understand that they have a slow healing process. The length of time the sore takes to heal would depend on how deep it develops underneath the skin. In order for the sore to heal as quickly and as easily as possible, please refer to your doctor's specific recommendations. In general, These include things such as proper pressure redistribution, maintaining healthy nutritional habits, as well as proper wound management or taking care of the sore as instructed by your doctor. How should I prevent a pressure sore so it doesn't even occur? Occupational therapists are able to provide skilled instruction and education about how to prevent pressure sores when working with individuals who have suffered a spinal cord injury. One way to prevent these sores is to check the common areas of skin where they are most likely to occur. This can be simply done by using a mirror to look at each area of skin after bathing or when changing clothes. When looking at each area of the skin, the Blanche test, as previously described, can be used to spot any potential areas of skin breakdown. Proper transferring techniques is another area that the occupational therapist should address. Educating the client to not drag themselves across the surface is important in order to prevent damage to the skin. As previously described, pillows or cushions should also be used when lying down. It is the occupational therapist's role to educate the client about placements of these pillows in order to relieve pressure from the skin. Although pillow placement is important when lying in the bed, it is also important to change positions every 1 to 2 hours. For example, after laying on your back for about 1 to 2 hours, switch to laying on your side instead. Finally, the occupational therapist should provide education on pressure relief techniques to do while sitting in a wheelchair. Pressure relief techniques are quick methods to ensure blood flow to all areas of the skin. At the minimum, one of the 3 techniques should be performed every 15 or 30 minutes while sitting in the wheelchair. Let's see what these techniques are. The first pressure relief technique requires you to push up on the wheelchair handles using both arms. This can be hard for some people who do not have a lot of strength in their arms, so be cautious when trying this technique and ask for help if needed. This will allow you to lift your bottom off of the wheelchair cushion. To ensure that the pressure has been relieved, the occupational therapist should glide their hand between you and the wheelchair cushion when providing this education. Continue to hold this position for 15 to 30 seconds and make sure to repeat every 15 to 30 minutes. The second pressure relief technique can be used if you have difficulty using your arms to hold yourself up. It doesn't matter which side of the body you start on. In this case, we will begin with the right. For this technique, pick up your right leg and cross it over your left leg. Place your left forearm on the wheelchair handle and lean over to the side. Using your right arm, push off on the opposite wheelchair handle to lift your bottom off of the wheelchair cushion. Repeat this process on the opposite side in order to ensure pressure has been relieved from all areas of your bottom. Again, during your training with the occupational therapist, they should be able to glide their hand between your bottom and the wheelchair in order to make sure the technique is being used correctly and the pressure is being relieved. Continue to hold this position on each side for 15 to 30 seconds and be sure to repeat every 15 to 30 minutes. The third pressure relief technique can be used if you have good balance when moving around in your wheelchair. This technique requires you to wrap both arms underneath your thighs and lock your hands together. Lean your body forward in order to lift your bottom off of the seat. The back portion of your bottom should be lifted completely off of the seat cushion. Continue to hold this position for 15 to 30 seconds every 15 to 30 minutes. For more information on pressure sores, please visit medlineplus.gov/pressure sores. Through this website, you can find general information about pressure sores, treatments, images, videos, and tutorials, as well as current research. Additional patient handouts are available as well. Information on this site is also available in Spanish where indicated.